Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Sammy. Today's exercise for March Madness is going to work spinal alignment. It's going to work your core. It's going to work your flexibility. It does so many things for you. Some people consider it the spine corrector exercise. Funny enough, I didn't learn this in my initial classical Pilates training, but definitely so glad I learned it after that. You can't learn everything in your initial comprehensive certification. So you do really have to work on your continuing ed to gain more and more knowledge. Okay, so today's exercise is the rocking, and we're going to go over it with this book called Return to Life. This is your Mat Pilates manual. Joe gives you the description and the pictures of the setup and the action, and that way if you ever need something to refer back to on how to do the exercise, you have that book with you. This book is in the description box below, so feel free to order from that link. And let's get reading. Okay, so the rocking, he has his pictures here, just like he always does. And pose 1 says, take position illustrated. Rest body face downward on mat or floor. He does have one head to the side, but he's saying face downward. Press arms to sides with palms upward. Stretch legs close together, backward. Keep toes pointed forward and downward. Pose 2, bend legs forward toward head. What's interesting is whenever he says forward and downward, sometimes when he's lying prone or on his stomach, the toes are actually going backwards in comparison to him. So here, when he says toes forward and downward, they are pointed, they're just pointed. But when he says bend legs forward, they are going towards his head, so forward would actually have those toes flexed. It's very interesting. My mentor says when he says forward and downward, lying on his stomach, it should be flexed based off of his verbiage and the way that he's teaching other exercises. Okay, anyways. So bend legs forward toward head, grasp feet. Pose 3, inhale slowly, thrust chest out with head thrown back as far as possible. Stretch legs close together toward mat or floor. So if you have any knee issues, I feel it in my right knee when I do this, and I try to bring my legs close together. So if you have to open them, then you have to open them. But the ideal position would be bringing those legs as close together as you can. And then pose 4, rock forward until chin touches mat or floor. Rock backward as far as possible. Inhale slowly as you rock forward and exhale slowly as you rock backwards. It's actually vice versa for what Swan was. So he is inhaling to go forward and exhaling to go backwards. Repeat the foregoing exercise 5 times. Cautions, pose 2, keep head thrown back as far as possible. So he doesn't want you to use your head as momentum. Sometimes, and I think this could be why he says inhale slowly as you go forward, because you tend to dive the head and collapse, and it will be a lot harder to inhale if you crunch up. You need space to inhale, and it lifts you up. Okay, so let's go over this. So he's lying down. In his picture, he's like this, but he says head down. And then he's going to bring his legs forward towards head and then grab the feet. Then he's going to inhale and lift up. And I guess if you're going off his verbiage, you'll exhale here. Now you're going to inhale, exhale. And you're trying to get your chin to the floor. I have to really dive down to do that. It really does force you to open up your hips. So if you tend to have tight hips, that's something you need to work on, right? So give it a try. To start this exercise, let's go over modifications. To start this exercise, you can just start by holding You can also start with one side and then the other. So let me show you what I mean by that. So you're here, you bend those knees, and again, remember, you can open if you need to. So I did them together. Today I wasn't really feeling it in my knees, but had I would have opened a little bit. So you're here, and then you can stay at, I will actually put this here because I know I'm smothering the voice. So you can go this way, and you can put your chin down and then pull the feet in and lift the thighs up and then rest. You can do that a few times where you pull and you'll lift those thighs up and then you'll rest. Then the next part would be for you to kick the feet into your hands and inhale and lift and come back. And kick the feet into your hands, inhale, lift and come back. And then you can do both. Inhale, lift, and now I'm feeling it. Inhale, lift, and come back. And again, inhale, lift, and maybe you just hold and come back. So that would be your modification until you feel like you can rock. What I do want you to notice is that, so that would be your modification. I need my mic. Until you feel like you can rock. And to rock, again, you're not diving your head down just to be able to rock, because if you're not working in the right way, there's no point. So you're holding your shape really strong, and then you're lifting the thighs and you're lifting the chest, so it makes like a seesaw. Okay? Well, happy rocking today. I hope you enjoy this exercise, and I will see you tomorrow for the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.